Hey guys, it's Kay Journey, and I am back today to set up my writing notebook for December. First of all, pardon the nails, I dyed my hair blue and got blue dye all over them, so then I painted them red, and then the red got everywhere. Every time I go to like write anything down, I end up scraping red along the paper, and I didn't want to do that in here. Also, if you remember last month, I'm not going to show all of it, but I am going to show that I didn't use as much of it as I thought I would. Like, this page is completely blank. I have some writing on the other side, but I didn't do as much as I thought I was going to, which is okay. I think I'm going to take this today. Actually, today is the 1st of December, and I'm just going to journal about how my writing went in November, and then I will move forward into December. So for December, I am going to be using these black and white, although this one's got red on it, but I'm hoping I can figure out how to bring that in. Black and white stickers, the brown sticker paper again, and then I got this guy. And not all of these colors match with, the stickers and whatnot, but this really, really, really made me think of like hobbits and elves and all things like natural and neutral and things like that. So this is a happy planner sticker book, and I kind of saw it and fell in love with it. So anyway, I'm going to be using any neutral ones of these that I can find. Oh, there's some gold in there. That would work. And I'm just going to be doing a setup for December, but I'm going to keep it really, really simple. So instead of doing like having a page for goals and a page for like ideas, like having a whole spread, what I'm thinking about doing is doing like December goals, December ideas, and then like I don't know, like maybe a page over here for my projects. So, and then I'm gonna do like a setup on the next page, but I'm just gonna keep it very, very simple and easy because I want to actually use this. And I don't want to be bogged down with structure. Like if you'll see, I ended up taking the sticker. This had an ideas sticker up here. And I realized I'm not going to brainstorm in here. I really like this place as like as a note-taking, memory-keeping kind of like was my writing going. But as of right now, I am not using it to take notes. I do that on sticky notes, and I'm putting that kind of in the front there and calling it good for now. So I think instead of setting up pages that I'm not going to use and then ending up regretting it, I'm just going to go for something very... Whoa. A table just fell over. That was interesting. Anyway, I'm going to get started. I'm going to get going on this because, yeah, I'm excited and I want to get started. Okay, so this setup kind of got like wildly away from me. All of these washi tapes, I'm going to lay some down and I'm going to end up pulling them up. I'm not using them. I was thinking I was going to kind of do like a green and black and white kind of feel. And the more I kept trying to bring in the green and the washi tape and like the black graphic washi tape, the more uncomfortable I got with this setup. And I realized that I was just overthinking it massively, and I wanted something just as simple as possible and as user-friendly as possible because I'm still trying to figure out how I'm using this journal. So what's going on is that I have a whole bunch of different writing projects that I am working on, and I didn't want this to become a place where I'm like, sorry about traffic if you guys can hear that. I didn't want this journal to become a place where I was writing down, character traits and, random notes about cities and locations and things like that. I really wanted this notebook and to be like more about my personal journey as I'm writing and like how I feel about it and about kind of, what brings me to writing, what brings joy to my writing, what makes me want to keep going, what's kind of getting in my way, and just kind of exploring how I'm feeling as a writer. And I think that feels, for now, more aligned with what I want to do with this than anything else. It might change as I go. I do want to fill this entire journal up. So if it morphs into more like, okay, I'm taking notes about this location in this notebook, then so be it. I'm not gonna, worry about it too much. Also, there is a ridiculous amount of time in this video that I spent thinking, and I apparently forgot to cut that part out. So I had a plan in mind, and I ended up just completely not going with my plan at all.
Like the whole thing just went wildly sideways from the word go. And it started with the table falling over, and it is going to continue here with this nonsense here. I was really struggling with this sticker paper. And we're about to see me struggle some more, but I sped it up because good Lord. Yeah. It's been a morning. I woke up at 1:30 in the middle of the night, and I ended up being awake until like 5, which is when my alarm to wake up goes off. So then I was like, okay, I'm just going to sleep for another couple of hours before I have to get my kiddo up. I had ended up getting up in the middle of the night and working on a project, just because I was like, I'm not sleeping. I'm just laying here scrolling. That happened at about 3, and I went back to bed around 4:30, and then my alarm went off at 5. And then I slept from probably about, I want to say immediately after I turned off my 5 o'clock alarm, I fell right to sleep, and I slept until 7. So, then I got up and I filmed this video, and in the process, everything went wrong, and it's okay because that's life, and I am exhausted. So, yeah, that's just kind of how that went. But I do end up loving how it turns out. So anyway, let's talk about November and the chaos that was November. So November, I ended up actually getting sick again. We're talking like, so I had COVID, and then I had a sinus infection and pneumonia, and then I had another sinus infection, and now I think I'm on sinus infection number 4 mixed with a couple of colds. Maybe I'm on sinus infection number 3. But I do know that I have been on antibiotics more often than not since September. So I'm hoping that's kind of over. My youngest is in kindergarten, and I'm hoping she's going to stop bringing home some colds for the rest of the year. It usually slows down around Christmas, and then you get like another cold in the spring. So I'm hoping that I'm done with being sick for a little while, because I am tired of it. My body is tired. And in fact, that's what happened in November. I got sick, and I was like, I have to take some downtime because I keep getting sick and I'm not getting better. And every time I get a cold, it turns into a sinus infection because I'm just so beat down from being sick. Oh yeah, this tape, like, I screwed up with it so bad so many times, and finally I ended up just pulling it up. It's really pretty tape, and I feel bad that I wasted it, but it's going to be what it's going to be. It's also really old. Like, I almost never use green polka dotted tape on anything. So, anyway, side quest. So anyway, I took November down. I didn't do any of the rough draft challenge or like NaNoWriMo, any of it. I had great wild plans of getting like really far ahead and finishing the second book club book and getting really far ahead in another project that I'm working on, and I ended up just not being able to do any of it. What I did do is I allowed myself to do the only thing that really came naturally that didn't feel like it was expending a lot of energy, which was plotting. So I ended up plotting out this other project, this side project, way far out. Like, we're talking, this is going to be a 6-book series, and I know like roughly what's going to happen in all 6 books. Like, I just let myself plot, and I let myself enjoy the process of generating ideas and being creative and going kind of with the flow. I set up whiteboards and like wrote out different ideas and brainstormed, and it was fun. And I hate this black on here, this black tape. Oh my gosh. I hate it violently. I hate it almost as much as the black and white tape that I already took off. Like, I don't know why. I can't handle it. I think it's too dark against the paper, and it's too thick. I don't know why, but I don't like it. Anyway, I ended up peeling all the tape off, and I'm happier as a result. I know last month was really tape heavy, and I really enjoyed playing with it. This month is just stickers, and I'm so good with it. So anyway, so I didn't even use this notebook really last month at all. So if December turns out to be just kind of a chaos month too, it's one of the reasons why I was like, I'm just keeping it simple, and I'm only doing 2 pages just to keep the pressure off, because I want to spend December basically doing my whole plan for November. And just getting these projects done. I really want to finish the second book club book, even if that's like as far as I get in that series until, you know, summertime or whatever, because I want to be focused on this other project. I still want to finish it and I want to get it out like desperately. So, this week I'm doing, you know, YouTube today and then I'm going to take a nap. And then I'm going to be trying my darndest to get that book finished, edited, out the door, out to beta readers. I don't want to look at it anymore. I just want it to be done. And then I'm going to get to work writing a serialized episodic dungeon punk sapphic romance. And I know that's a lot, but it's very it's kind of specific. So dungeon punk is it's a type of fantasy that's very gritty, like The Witcher would be called dungeon punk. It's very gritty, it's very dirty, it's very visceral, it's very you're in the mud. It also has the option of blending magic with technology, which is something that I find really fascinating. I always have. So that's kind of what's going on in there. And it's not set in the contemporary world at all. In fact, it's a completely different world. And I have not indulged in this kind of world building and fantasy thinking and like what ifs and like sketching out ideas for different things in forever. I mean, in forever. It is so like deep in my soul. Like, oh, I love this. I love this so much. I've drawn up 2 different maps and I know I need to map out. I have 3 main big cities that I need to map out. Like I'm excited. I'm so excited. And anyway, and I'm loving the story so far. I've written 1 episode and I'm halfway through another episode. And each episode is about 5,000 words, a little less, a little more, but around there. And so I'm going to be actually reading those, I think, on this channel, maybe on my other channel. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking this channel, because I was reading the book club books on here and that, you know, I enjoyed doing that, but, I don't know if that's my biggest problem. So the book club books are cozy mystery and they're funny and they're fun and they're great, but that's more of like a feel good side project that kind of took over for a while. The type of stuff that I want to write it's stuff that matters to me. and not to say that cozy fantasy doesn't matter, but I want to write stuff that speaks to like bigger issues that I feel are really important to me. So like this project that I'm working on, it's a statement about capitalism. It is a heavy statement about capitalism set in a fantasy world. And I love it. I love everything to do with it. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And I feel like the book club books are like a fun side quest for when my main work gets too heavy. Because my original series was a dark fantasy and it was very heavy too, but it was dark contemporary fantasy. This is going to be, again, very dark, very dirty, very gritty in a completely different world. And it has dragons and I get to write about dragons. I'm letting myself finally write about dragons again. My first couple of books that will never, ever, ever see an editor or see the light of day. Nobody's ever looking at those. My first couple of books had dragon riders in them. And it's something that I like deep in my soul. I did, you know, somebody handed me the Pern books when I was very young and I've been obsessed with dragon riders ever since. I love the idea of people riding dragons. So anyway, I'm sorry, I went off like on a wild tangent there about dragons and I had to delete all of it. I am incredibly tired. And I have had half a cup of coffee because I want to take a nap, but I'm about to get a massive caffeine headache. Anyway, I'm really, really excited about this other project. And I feel like I'm letting people down by not continuing with the book club book right away. But at the end of the day, like I really need to follow what actually lights me up. So I'm going to start on this other project. So I want to finish the second book club book. That's happening hopefully this week. I'm going to get the edits done. I'm just going to get it out, get it going. And while I'm working on that, I'm going to be busting out episode after episode after episode. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to write the first 20 episodes. So because it's a serialized fiction, I'm writing it in seasons. There are 12, so it's 6 books, but it's 12 seasons, and each season has 20 episodes. And I kind of created my own like plotting system for it. Like it's really funky how I'm doing it, and I'm really enjoying it. And then each episode has 10 scenes, roughly about like. Like I did this whole thing of like, how would I do this to make sure that I maximize like reader retention and really hooking people and making them want to show up again, and also making sure that I'm true to the story. And like, I basically spent all of November in my head being very cerebral and kind of figuring out how I want to tell this like huge monstrous story that is like taken over my brain. So anyway, I'm very excited, and I would like to get I would like to get the first, I don't know, 10, 15, maybe 20 episodes done in December. I'm keeping it kind of loose, just based on, schedules. I know that for the last 2 weeks of December, my kids are going to be home from school, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to have downtime with them. And it also means that I will not be driving, which means that when I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I can get up and write, and the youngest will sleep in until like 8. So I will have hours to myself where I don't have to drive anywhere and I can work. And it's exciting. It's the little things. It's the little things in life that make it worthwhile. So anyway, I did end up going with this sticker book. So sticker book is something that, this is the mini version of another sticker book that I use all the time in my other planner and my memory keeping planner. And I forget the name of it, and I like just flashed it and I can't remember what it is. This is an old sticker book. I don't think they sell these anymore, but it is absolutely one of my favorites. I'm so glad I picked it up, because the aesthetic in it is really neutral and really fun. And I'm like looking at this, and I'm considering putting another label at the bottom there to try to kind of bring in other things on this page, because I had said I wanted to do, November or December, like ideas and December goals on, one page, and then the other page with my projects. But then I realized I really don't want to do that. So I'm going to set that sticker aside, and I'm going to get this side set up, and then I will, in the middle of looking for another sticker to use in that place, remember that it is on the side of the desk and that I should use it. Anyway, it's been kind of one of those mornings where nothing works out the way that it's supposed to, and yet I'm actually really pleased with my results. Oh, I wanted to make sure that I said something before I forgot. So I am looking at, because I'm doing this serialized episodic story, I am looking at releasing episodes on Ream and starting like a membership thing. I'm thinking it's going to be Ream because it is a sapphic love story. Well, it starts off as a sapphic love story. And it is about their relationship and but it gets bigger as it goes on. So there's going to be some like steamy scenes and some sexy scenes, but there's also going to be some graphic violence. And the only place that I've found where that kind of stuff is able to be posted is on Ream, because it's set up for adults, for romance readers, for readers who are into that kind of thing. So I'll have, things set up in place to where if you're above, 18, I think it's 18, I have to look that up. It might be 21. You can, go and read those things. So anyway, I'm considering doing that Ream and then having kind of the like PG rated version that I read out loud on here. And then, of course, all of these things, as I read them and publish them over there, will be kind of the rough draft, because it's going to eventually be a bunch of books, a bunch of novels. So that's how I'm thinking that's going to go. I'm still considering, I'm still building. I would love to know your guys' thoughts about it. Like, what would you want to see? What kind of like memberships would you guys like? Like, would you, if you wanted to join a membership at all, like, would you want like early access? Would you want some like artwork? Would you want live streams? I am also considering getting my newsletter up and running so that I can give you guys like principles of the gamified plotting and some other things, and just keeping in touch with everybody. So let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm still kind of figuring all of this out, and following, what seems like it's working. So anyway, back to the planning. I love that these Happy Planner stickers are easy to peel up. The Lord of the Rings ones are nearly impossible to peel up. They absolutely, once they're down, and there's no moving them. And I learned that last month, and it's fine. Like, I still love them anyway. I really want to get some more, because the rest of the stickers in this pack, for the most part, except for one setup that I could do that's like all about Sauron and Mordor. Other than that, it's all like character art, and I don't know if I want to do character art or if I want to lean more into like aesthetic or like what I want to do. So I might end up getting some more. I might end up just doing a few setups that are like in the theme of like hobbits, where it's, you know, the stickers that I was showing at the beginning, or some of my mushroom stickers, like things like that, where it's just kind of giving the vibe, and maybe I'll like write in some quotes or something like that. I don't know, I haven't decided, but I do know that yeah, I'm looking at more stickers. But I might not buy any. I might not. I might. I don't know. We'll see what I decide I can get away with. Oh, and that's that sword sticker. I'm so glad I cut off all of that red. I was really scared to cut off all of that red, but as much as it's like less of a sticker, it fits more with the setup, and I feel better about it. And the entire time while I'm cutting it up, I'm like, I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to ruin it. Oh, no. But I didn't. It is not ruined. It is a perfectly usable sticker. I'm going to throw in a bunch of stars behind it, and it's going to be fine, and it's going to fit better, and I can calm myself down. So anyway, I'm really glad that worked out, and I'm glad that I remembered this little black sticker that I left over on the side and almost forgot about. And, you know, I'm really glad that I stepped away from like the green and the foliage for this setup. I feel like with these very, you know, black and white graphic intense images, there's kind of a feel to them that's a bit more like the action-y parts of Lord of the Rings, rather than the Hobbit part. If that's how would I say that in a way that makes sense? I don't know. If you get what I meant, great, awesome. Give me a like. If you don't, give me a like anyway. That'll be fun. Anyway, we are getting closer towards the end of this video, and I'm so grateful for everybody who's here and everybody who's watching. I know this video is actually out a week early, and it's because I really wanted to jump into getting this setup done so that I could use this notebook. Because one of the things that I really want to make sure that I'm doing is following my intuition and my guts, and not getting stuck in indecision. One of the biggest problems that I have in life, that I've had for forever, is that I have extreme anxiety, and I get stuck in a lot of indecision, and it stops me where it really shouldn't. So I kind of wanted to make sure that I had this space to be like, look, this is what I'm thinking. This is why I'm thinking about it. This is why this brings me joy, and just really kind of release some of the thoughts that are keeping me stuck in a spiral of, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this, or I'm supposed to be doing that, rather than moving forward with what I know in my gut I should be doing. So anyway, I'm really excited to get this going, and I'm really excited to move into this coming month, and I'm excited for winter break. I'm excited, and I'm glad that November is over. As much as I didn't get to you know, participate in the way that I wanted to, I did actually get a lot done in November. It was just all stuff that I could do without actually sitting down and working really hard, which works, sort of, kind of. I don't know. I'm feeling really bad about it. Like, I really wanted to get way ahead. I wanted to be working on the third book club book, which is also already completely plotted. And in fact, I've even got words in it. I think I've got like 10,000 words or something done in the third book club book. So, which is fine. That project can sit and be my side project for when I need to pick me up, because the stuff that I'm writing right now is going to be very intense, and it is going to be an emotional labor. And I know that there's already moments in this story that I'm writing that are deeply personal and very, very taxing in a way emotionally, because it requires some vulnerability, which is perfect. It's wonderful. That is exactly what we're supposed to be doing as storytellers. We're supposed to be getting vulnerable and sharing these intimate parts of ourselves through, through fantasy, through story. And it's definitely doing that. It's going to be a challenge. So I think I'm going to reserve the third book club book for just being a break for when I desperately need a break from being so deeply emotionally invested in a story, because the book club books are funny, they're fun, they're playful. I get to write from the perspective of an angry cat who thinks he knows everything, which is always fun. It's always fun. So yeah, here for my main project is going to be the episodic story. And then on the side project that I've already labeled down below, it's going to be finishing the edits of the second book club book and only really touching the third if I'm starting to feel really overwhelmed or like I need a break. But I think I'm going to try for a 50,000 word month this month. I think that's going to be a goal. So I need to sit down with my planner and give myself a good talking to and kind of figure out the logistics of the situation. Maybe I'll go for a 40,000 word month instead of 50,000. I don't want to put too much on my plate, but at the same time, like, I really need some things on my plate. Like, I really need to get going and get moving and move forward with my life. So fingers crossed for me that the month of December will be a month where I do not get sick again. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so that's it. Super short and sweet. I know that's, it's only 2 spreads, but as far as the month of December goes, I think that's all I'm going to need. And, if I end up using more, then fantastic. I will probably not decorate them just because, it's not necessary. And I don't want to have yet another one of these situations where it's beautiful and blank. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back next week.